Hey there, today we're taking a look at Halo Infinite running on the RX 560 4GB by AMD. Now this is the XFX version of it, and it is surprisingly playable. Now it's paired up with a Ryzen 7 1700. You can see what the in-game settings are right now. It is 1080p, but we have, of course, the dynamic resolution set on. But the render scale is still set to 100%. Now overall, the performance on here is actually surprisingly good. I've really enjoyed playing the game on here. You'll see that we're not consistently hitting 60. There will be a lot of moments where it's below 60, we're in the 40s and all that. But if you have a screen that has like FreeSync, you're not going to notice it at all. And it was completely playable like this. I went through this entire round, no issues whatsoever. I kept playing for the rest of the night on this system just to see if I'd run into any crashes or anything like that. No issues whatsoever. And the performance really, like if I didn't have that FPS counter up there, I would not notice any issues. And you might be wondering, well, why is this budget AMD GPU paired with a Ryzen 7 processor? Not really what you would consider to be a normal combination. And really, it's just because this system is from a more glorious time in PC building. Because there was a time period where you could pick up this specific CPU for less than $100 in the used market. And this GPU was just being sold practically everywhere for like $50 or $60 because of the fact that like it was at one point bought up by a lot of miners, and then its memory size just wasn't enough for it, so people just sold them off in droves. And I actually managed to pick up 4 of these for $100. And over the years, they've just, gotten used on builds and stuff like that. But this was one of those builds that I actually ended up making where I got what was essentially at the time a budget CPU, which I paid like a little under $100. It might have been like 93 or something like that for it. And the GPU itself, it was just part of a bundle of 4 for like $100. It was just insane. And you really can't get this level of performance at that price point anymore. Like pretty much for less than the cost of a modern APU like the 5600G. We're talking about like paying less than that for the CPU and the GPU here to get this level of performance. Meanwhile, you'd actually be spending more to get that APU. Now, this isn't the market today. This is, the market years ago, back when these parts were kind of outdated, but like still somewhat relevant. And well, I mean, now I think there's a lot of people that would kill to have this level of performance on here. So I'm actually very, very happy to see that what was essentially AMD's last budget GPU still able to hold up in a modern game like this, because this was completely playable. I had a blast playing with this.
Incoming. We've got this in the bag, eh? Plasma grenades obtained. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Ball dropped. Hostile carrier down. We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Lost the lead. Ball dropped. We have the ball. have the ball.
Enemies hurt.
Halfway to victory. Ball dropped.
Active camo available.
We have the ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Active camo obtained.
Ball dropped.
Taking damage.
Plasma grenades obtained.
They're close. Enemies hurt.
Nearing victory.